Hello, mighty men. My name is Shiv, and I've been part of Gateway for 8+ years. I've been truly blessed with all the videos that have come so far. It's truly inspiring to see how God works so uniquely in each one's life and meets us at our point of need and requirement. Thank you, Sony, for putting up this and also being persistent with people like me who have been delaying the videos. Apology for the delay. And here's my conversion story. My name is Shiv Shankar Arunachalam, which represents two Hindu gods. So you would make a guess. I come from a staunch Hindu background family and a middle class family where the father used to provide for, mother used to be a housewife. We used to celebrate all the festivals, follow all the rituals and traditions, because we as Hindus have God for every reason, season, and occasion. And we missed none of this. Yeah. So at a very young age, the belief system instilled in me was there's a God who is present and who's performance driven. He loves you based on your performance, he owns you based on your performance. So that was pretty much my belief system from age 5 onwards. And I had decided at that very young age I would not give God a chance to disown me or not love me. So I took all the pressure in the world to not sin at a very young age, and I continued it up to the age of 21. The same belief system. I was exposed to a little bit of Christian values because of my convent school background, but that was pretty much it. At age 21, I made this sorry, I made this wonderful, beautiful girl, Shiny, who's my wife now, who started exposing me to some Bible verses and some messages. Now, coming from a Hindu background, I already had a huge list of gods. So, adding one more god to the list, Jesus, didn't make a big difference. And the messages were fine, so I didn't bother much to stop her. That year, I got a chance to do my post graduation. This post graduation was in a different state, so I had to go and stay in a hostel for the very first time. My father, the hostel wanted a local guardian. My father looked around, found a person who was a relative of ours, whom he had not met for years. I have never met him before, and made him as a local guardian. But he was a little resistant in me meeting him or having any connection. My mom told the reason being he had renounced Hinduism and become a Christian. So don't have much connection with him. Surely do not attend church or go to a prayer meeting if he invites you. Very simple instructions. Little did I know that 2 months later, I met with an accident because of my own stupid rash driving, and I was bedridden for 20 days. College contacted them, the local guardian, because of the emergency. I told the local guardian, please don't tell my parents. We will tell them after I'm recovered. Because I was afraid, I was worried how would they react, my parents would react. The local guardian decided to go ahead and pay my hospital bills in the interim. He said, come and stay with us for 20 days. I want you to recover well. They took care of me, my food, my stay, hospital visits, and everything. He took care, medication and everything. And I recovered well. On a Saturday, I recovered. On a Monday, I'm supposed to go back to campus. And as my mom told, they invited me to the church. I was a little obligated because I was staying with them for 20 days and it's just the church. I've been there before in my convent school days, so it's fine. So I went to the church. I didn't know where I'm entering. When I entered the place, as Rohit said in his video, this place looked crazy for me. There were people crying, clapping, and laughing. Not the type of church I expected. 2 hours, I said, I'm running out of this place. And I ran out of this place. But I'm quite certain today, God instilled something in me that day. Yeah. I come back to the campus. I've already missed 20 days of my studies, projects, and everything. So I have to cope up a lot. Exam comes in, results are out. I get D's in 5 of my subjects, D being a grading system to say just pass. And as per the college rules or degree requirements, if I have more than 6 D's in my degree is technically unfit. That is, I've technically failed. That very day, auntie and uncle had come to meet me to bring some, and they had brought some homemade food. I told them about this. They had also already in the previous prayed for my results and that I should do well in the exam. When I told them about this, auntie said, we'll pray. I was like, this lady does not understand. She's ignorant. But anyways, I didn't want to insult her. I said, okay, pray. In 2 hours time, the college decided to change the grading system in my favor. All my D's were converted to C's. In fact, in the entire 2 year of degree, I had only 1 D. The precedence in the college has never changed the gradings. The precedence in the college was if someone gets so many D's in the very first year, first exam, he has never passed the degree. Both were broken that day. Yeah. Obviously, Shiny is still in touch. She's sending me messages on verses and everything. And the auntie also has some influence on me. Auntie and uncle have some influence on me. So I find a group of students who are believers and who are attending church, who are having their weekly fellowship meetings. I used to occasionally meet them. I'm still exploring, so I used to occasionally meet them. And life goes on. A year later, when it was time for me to be placed, I go in for a second day of placement. A company comes in, interviews me. At the end of the interview, they don't select me. The marks that I scored in the first year are still haunting me. The accident, the exam, the marks are still haunting me. I'm not being selected. I'm very disappointed. A sister from the fellowship, the group of fellowship people, says, you'll be placed tomorrow. I think you'll be placed tomorrow. Almost like prophesying. Next day I go to the campus to see my shortlisting. A big bank is in the campus. 30 people are shortlisted. My name is not on the list. I was disappointed. I was not willing to leave the campus. I'm still loitering around, waiting out. An hour later, the bank gives an instruction to the college to reorganize the list in a particular way. Resultant, my name appears in the list. I was not there in the list an hour ago. Now I am in the list. That evening I get placed. I'm the 17th guy in the campus to be placed. Why do I say this? As I started off saying, God meets you at your point of need and requirement. As a student, the miracle that I saw in my exam being passed, in me being placed, despite of my no effort, was miracle. This led me to start believing and having faith in God, called Jesus. I started attending church regularly. And one of the first messages that I heard keenly was Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It reads, the Spirit Himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. And if we are children, then we are heirs. And if heirs, we are co-heirs with Christ. This was completely contrast to my belief system. My belief system said, a Hindu belief system, that I will only be loved by God if I do this, and this in a particular manner. But here comes a God who says, I treat you as my son. I will never disown you. I treat you and equate you to Christ. That was a new dimension of love and new definition of belief. I said, wow, this God loves me, not based on my performance. This was my turning point, and this was my conversion point where my belief system changed. At age 23, 24, I realized Jesus is a God who is love, and He loves you because He loves you. That's it. Simple conversion story, simple turning point for me. But as I started off, God meets you at your point of need and requirement, which was true to me at that point. And this verse, which says, He looks at me as a son and will never disown me, was a revelation of God to me. I was wanting to find God at age 5 through my small, petty righteous behaviors. I found God at age 23. The vacuum was filled with love. Yeah, that's my story. Um, I hope you guys have a wonderful and a blessed day ahead. I'm waiting to hear many more testimonies and stories. And as I told you, all this inspires me more to reflect back. Thank you guys for sharing, and thank you guys for guys who are preparing. Looking forward. Thank you.